What's up, guys? It is Jack and Jeff from CHIPMUNK.com. And Jeff, today we were doing 5-fact fact check number 3.
Going 5 for 5 on this one.
This is like the contest one. You went 0 for 3 and then got the last 2 last time.
Yeah, and the other one I went 3 and 2 and then 2 and 3, I think.
Yeah, you've had some issues. All right, let's see if you can do any better this time. All right, so as you know, I'm going to tell you a fact and you tell me whether or not it is true. Okay?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Number 1 in the BioShock series. Originally, Irrational Games wanted to have small chipmunk-like creatures running around and collecting Adam. As development progressed, the Little Sisters were created and replaced this concept.
False.
That is true.
Fuck.
The chipmunks were thought to be too comedic looking and were taken out. That would have made a whole different game if it would have been Little Chipmunks instead of Little Sisters.
Shit, that's too stupid to be true.
All right, moving on to Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation features limited gunplay because many of the developers at the Creative Assembly didn't have enough experience with shooting elements in video games.
False.
That is false. You are correct, sir. Gunplay wasn't emphasized in this game because the studio thought many horror franchises have been focusing too much on action rather than true horror.
Also, guns are in 99.9% of all video games since the history of time.
That's
they would have to handpick. It'd be like the jury selection for the OJ trial. It'd be impossible.
All right, moving on. Number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog. During development, Sonic was black and red instead of blue. However, he was changed to blue once the developers realized it fit better with the game's bright environments. Instead, this design was later used for Shadow the Hedgehog.
True.
That is false.
Fuck!
The earliest artwork that Franco could find still has him drawn blue, so he has been blue the whole time. So, all right, you are one for 3, Jeff. You're not boding well for this one.
I'm 1 and 2.
One and 2. All right, moving on. The Atari 2600. This is in your wheelhouse, Jeff. Here we go. There was a dial-up game distribution system created in the 1980s that allowed Atari 2600 users to download exclusive content over a telephone line.
False.
That is true.
What?
Although it was discontinued, the company who made it eventually became America Online. Huh.
Are you serious?
I did not know that, but that is pretty interesting and pretty cool. Wonder what footage he's going to use along with that. And last but not least, an Achievement Hunter fan favorite, Burnout Paradise.
Yes.
Guns N' Roses threatened to sue the developers of Burnout Paradise for naming the setting of the game Paradise City. In an effort to avoid further legal action, EA offered to have the band's song in the song name be included in the game and promised to pay the band a percentage of the profits.
False.
That is false. It is completely made up. So I guess Guns N' Roses was 100% fine with Paradise City.
Yeah.
So
I was 2 for 3.
You went 2 for 5 again, Jeff. Two
of 5, not 2 for 5.
Well, no, there were 5, and you got 2 of the 5.
Two
so
of 5.
you're 2 for 5. I guess maybe 2. Yeah.
I went 2 and 3.
I don't know. 2 and 3. You bat what is that? 40%.
Yeah.
Not doing too hot, Jeff. All right,
if I batted 40% in the Major League Baseball, I'd be Tony Gwynn. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but now try drinking over 71 beers.
Well, listen. Nobody's Wade Boggs.
All right, well, that's 5 facts. Fact check number 3. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.